are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
South Carolina and LSU, who we've talked about a lot on this channel, tip off tomorrow their NCAA tournament runs. LSU, the defending champs, looking to defend their crown in the pool, the bracket of death, the region of death, man, with UCLA and Iowa in that group, Colorado as well. So they've definitely got their challenge ahead. You know, they've got to cut it out for them. You know, that's going to be a tough region to get out of. So we'll see. But they get it started against Rice at home. So expecting, you know, LSU to come out and do their thing. We did get an update, though. We know Wnba, who was injured in the Ole Miss game in the SEC tournament, has been out for a few weeks. And we got an update from her. And also, Michaela Williams saying that she's 100% also. So big news for the Tigers having their star freshman back healthy. But also an update from Wnba as well.
I feel really good. I feel excited. Just been recovering all week and obviously sleeping.
Can you give us a status for tomorrow? Are you going to be playing? Are you going to be limited? Are you not going to be playing?
Hopefully limited. It depends on how my team does assess me, especially today. But yeah, I'm just excited to play.
We know LSU does not have a lot of depth, so this is huge news that Poa will be available and possibly playing limited minutes. I don't think they really need to rush her back, especially against Rice. They should be able to get it done with what they have right now. But this is huge news, man. This gives LSU more bodies, more versatilities, and lets Kim Mulkey get more creative with these lineups, having another point guard out there who can guard the basketball very, very well, who can knock down the three, has become a more, respected scoring threat for this team. And you just wonder how she'll come back. Maybe there'll be a little bit of rust, but the big thing is she's healthy, she's overcome the concussion, and she's ready to get back in action and suit up for her squad. LSU, like we said, they need everybody they can get. They've suffered some injuries already earlier in the year, and now they get one back. So, big news for them. Wnba has been playing really great basketball. Just the difference she makes when she comes in at point guard. On the defensive side, it's obvious, but also just running the flow of this offense. You know, she's able to play alongside Flau'jae or Haley Van Lith and be that calming presence, that coach like player on the floor. So huge news for them and the Tigers as they gear up to face Rice. Wnba, an important part of this group, man, and she could be an X factor for them running the gauntlet and getting back to the NCAA championship. So we'll see, man. And then, of course, we got to talk about South Carolina, the number 1 overall seed in this region. They're locking up against Presbyterian in the first round out of North Carolina. A little cross-state action. We know Camila Cardoso is going to be out for this game, and we know they've played several games without Camila Cardoso, so it's not going to be a problem. But it is noticed that she made a comment about her absence and how she's feeling.
Very excited for them. They already played 4 games without me, so I know they're going to be fine. I'm just going to be right here cheering them on and just watching them be great out there. It's going to be really hard, but I feel like, what is the word? I don't know what's the word, but I feel like the punishment was right. I think I made a mistake, and I'm learning from it. I'm going to grow for it. And I'm just excited to get out there on the court with them.
She cannot be a part of pregame, can't be on the bench, can be in the facility. So she'll be here in the locker room watching the game.
Is she allowed to practice today?
Yes, she's allowed to do everything besides once our team is out for pregame shooting.
And Coach Dawn Staley, man, she has this group locked in. The focus has been different this year. I think we've all noticed that the focus, they finished the season undefeated, but there's no letting up. And she's saying she's even ramped up practices to get this group ready.
I want to instill the seriousness of what we're trying to do. Like, our kids have played free all season long, without any pressure, and I just don't want the pressure of it all for them to get caught off guard with it. So we had to apply some pressure and let them know what they're faced with, because they really don't know. I mean, some of them have been a part of our national championship run. Some of them been a part of what happened to us last year, and we didn't meet the moment or get the goal that we set out. They don't think about any of that and the journey it took to get to those places. So we wanted to just kind of create it a little bit so they'll know that we can't take anyone lightly. I'm happy. We get, great brand of basketball on the floor. We got great coaches. We got great players. We got great storylines. We're probably the hot topic in March Madness of all of basketball, and I think that's a great thing. And I think it's because we got the talent. We have players who stay for graduation for a long time, and a lot of people thought that was probably it's a disadvantage to women's basketball to not be able to go to the league after your freshman year. I think it's advantageous for us at this time, and this is why, because we're bursting at the seams.
Look, man, a locked-in, focused South Carolina is dangerous for the rest of the nation. The Gamecocks come in with another level of focus that just was not there last year. I'm sorry to say, this group replacing 5 starters were not expected to be in the national championship conversation. They were more of the hunter at the beginning of the year, and now they are the hunted. They've proven that they are the cream of the crop, the best team in the nation, and it's everybody chasing South Carolina. I mean, we just seen them dominate through 30-plus games, and, even without their best player, who they've already missed for several games, they didn't skip a beat. They continued to roll on. This front court is just incredible with Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan, Ashlyn Watkins. The list goes on. It's just a well-balanced oil machine. You have great guard play. You have three-point shooting, something they didn't have. Tahina Powell has brought that to this team. Raven Johnson shooting the ball better. Bree Hall, breezy, letting that thing fly. Three-point shooting is actually a strength for this team. So this is the most dangerous that we've seen them in some time, I think. You're not going to be able to pack the lane like you usually would when Aaliyah Boston and those guys were there. You're going to have to guard up and play man. You play zone, you're going to get shot out of the gym. You go one-on-one, and you better have some bigs that can compete. But it was good hearing from Coach Don Staley just where their mindset is, how they're feeling about this contest, going up and starting this tournament run. All the pressure, all the expectations are on South Carolina to deliver. And, they're the odds-on favorite to take this thing, and you got to start, like we said, take it one game at a time. As all 3 of these teams begin their tournament runs, they dealt with a lot, man. I know also, we mentioned Aaliyah Edwards went pro, but, Angel Reese has also talked about that as well, man. Just how, there's been so much talk, guys, about how when these college players leave, that they're giving up all this money and they don't get the same treatment as these college programs as far as like the travel noticeably. But Angel Reese seems pretty confident that her bag isn't going to stop when she leaves LSU.
For me, I've honestly learned that regardless, I'm going to be able to make money staying or going. Understanding that my brand has been built where I know that more than being in college is something that I can do. I have a brand outside of here where the deals are going to follow me if I leave or stay. And I've built that relationship with a lot of these brands. I don't just have brands that are in college. I've had brands that are long-term deals that are just past college. And I think that's the difference. Like one of my Reebok deal, and I'm sure Haley's Adidas deal, that's going to go on past college. So, of course, we may not have the same benefits of the same training rooms, the commercial flights and stuff like that. And I think, of course, that's the con of everything. But it's a win or lose situation regardless of the decision that we're going to make. But you have to make a sacrifice in understanding what you want and what it's going to take.
So I don't know if that's like a hint at the future that she's made her decision. We keep seeing in one of my last videos, we mentioned that cryptic tweet that she had. Should she stay? Should she go? We don't know what she's going to do yet. She hasn't announced, and I'm guessing it'll be after the tournament when she does. But we keep getting these subtle hints that that's the way it's leaning. And, in many mock drafts, we're seeing Angel Reese going as early as 4th. Definitely a top 7, top 10 pick. So it'll be interesting to see. But obviously she is feeling good about her financial situation moving forward, and that's not going to be something that keeps her at LSU. So we do know that much. Well, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. You know, it was a lot of news we had to go through and get delivered, but it was an action-packed day for women's college basketball. And, you know, the tournament has started, but it ain't started yet. So we'll really get going tomorrow. But y'all holler at me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about everything. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.